You mind if I record?
You can record, but
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not gonna be able to do much for you today, so come on
Okay,
in.
cool. Yeah.
I've only got,
I don't need much
chair,
time.
so,
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm
It's,
just
it's my
like,
son. Yeah, we won't be long, sir. I don't want to take much of your time.
You're not gonna be taking much time.
Yes, sir. That's my wife, Michelle.
Nice to meet you.
Hi.
I'm briefly aware of what's going on.
Yes, sir.
With you and your dollars.
Yes, sir.
I can listen to what you have. The chief's not in right now,
Oh,
obviously, so you're not gonna be able to
you're not
speak
the
with
chief?
him. No, I'm not. So
Okay,
you're not
who are
gonna
you?
speak. I'm Major Robinson.
Okay,
I'm over.
you
No,
wait?
over support services. That's gonna be the other guy. He's not gonna be back till Thursday.
Yes, sir.
So,
That's,
the secretary didn't have you down for an appointment, and
Well,
so I
I-
guess he must have, either he didn't, chief, you
I
said you
spoke to him
Chief.
personally. Yeah,
So it's not in his calendar, so
Tuesday.
he's out on a
yeah.
meeting somewhere else. You're more than welcome to come back later today.
Yeah, I mean, I'll leave my card. You call me
And,
anytime. I mean,
I can do that.
I'll walk up if I have to.
As far as, I haven't reviewed any of your stuff. I know the other major has. He's been waiting for you to come up to talk with him.
I already spoke to them several times, sir. All I'm doing is getting a run around.
Well,
Okay, on the 11th, I walked up here. I'm a business owner, okay? I've been in business for over 17 years, okay? I have no run-ins with the law, okay? I have a past. Everybody has a past. Some got caught, some didn't.
Sure.
Okay, I got snitched out. But anyway, I got caught. I admitted to my guilt. I did my time.
Okay.
That was way over 20-something years ago. It was 1993, sir.
Okay.
I actually got my police record right there. It's my whole life is right there in that little white package that I want to give to the DA. And I want to state what I said back then in 1993 was the truth.
Okay.
What I done, okay? What this police officer stated on this statement right here, sir, that's an outright lie. I mean, I was arrested for resisting arrest. I was charged with resisting arrest. I'm not sure, I know you know the law, but I specifically told them the law then whenever they broke my arm, that they was breaking the law, okay? What they done to me is totally bogus. That whole statement is lies, okay? I have a statement, and all I'm asking is somebody to view the body camera footage, and nobody would view the body camera footage.
Well, now, I believe the major has.
But if they
reviewed
have,
all that.
that's not going to be on the body camera
Well,
footage.
there's a process for all
Yes,
this,
sir.
so let me, I guess, go back, because I'm not familiar with your case other than that you're here to make a complaint.
Yes,
Okay?
sir. I understand.
So let me start there. When we have a charge filed, whether you're injured or not, and all
Yes, sir.
that, that's, that there is a process to that. You have a right to give your side of that story. The officer gives his side of the story, and then that stuff is reviewed by the DA's office, and they'll determine whether they're going to move forward with a case.
Yeah, I understand.
And
I
a hearing.
understand
So
law.
all that.
Yeah,
all
I mean,
that is-
I was taught law by
Right.
law.
So all that would be, it plays that perspective there.
Yes, sir. It was filed on the 11th.
If
Okay.
you're filing,
Because whenever I came here to got that, and I spoke to a detective, and he said they already filed. I got video of that. We'd already filed the case. There's nothing you can do. I said I want to give my statement. No, it's too late. It's too late. This little detective said that. He stated that in his little
Well,
statement.
you're-
Then I went to the courthouse. I walked over there and I spoke to the woman. Sir, we can't talk to plaintiffs. I said, ma'am, it's just a misdemeanor charge. It's not a felony. It's just, and I said, well, you got to hire an attorney. I said, ma'am, you're telling me I need to hire an attorney to see if I got a case? Yeah, you need to hire an attorney to see if you got a case here. But I had a case. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. This is what I'm getting at. So this was the 11th. Okay. Well, then Mr. Jinks, Detective Jinks, called me on his wife's cell phone because I stated whenever this other detective told me that it was filed already, and he said, yeah, we called you several times. I said, no, sir, everything is on record. When I stated record, they knew everything that incoming and outgoing the calls come from here are recorded, everything right, correct. Well, the Detective Jinks called me on his wife's cell phone at some odd number in the afternoon, and I was trying to record both phone calls. Had my phone call recording, I had the other call recording, and I heard a beep. So he deleted everything I had. So whatever y'all got some good stuff. But yeah, he did that, and then but he stated that it was dismissed. It was no charges filed. That was Tuesday, so that was the 12th. Then Wednesday, Mr. Jinks called me again. I got conversation between him and saying that we need to bring my statement. I said, sir, you don't need my statement. You filed a case Monday, you dismissed it Tuesday. Now you want my statement Wednesday. Oh, we're gonna look at your stuff. I said, just look at the body camera. Then I spoke to Captain Ashworth. I came up here on Tuesday, spoke with him, and told him what was going on. Well, the case was dismissed. Okay, so I spoke with Captain Ashworth. Then he gave me Captain Longline. I can't say his name. Longlois. He gave him a call at 10:10 that night, Tuesday night. I stated the case was dismissed. I need my information. We'll just come pick it up. Got that call. Okay, so that was on Tuesday of the 12th. Then Wednesday I got Mr. Jinks calling me of the 13th, wanting my statement. I called Captain Ashworth and I called him at 4:45 on Tuesday to talk to him or something other. But I got all my stuff together. What I'm getting is I'm getting a runaround, brother. All I want is the truth. I'm a business owner. I'm not a bad person. My card is back to blue. I'm 100% back. I need y'all. I'm not against y'all. I've never been against y'all. Right. So I mean, I committed the crime back in 1993, and whenever you actually look at what I did, I admit my guilt. But this is my actual criminal record that was there in 1993. That's my entire life right there, sir. Okay. Well, so from time I was 13 years old, I was smoking crack. From time from there till I was 16, I was on meth. I was on meth from 13 till I was 16. From 16 till I was 24, I was on crack. Okay, I haven't touched any type of drugs whatsoever. And what I'm getting at, let me see. I just want to show you something. I know y'all don't care, but this is.
I want to help you.
Yes, sir.
You chose probably the worst day to. Our computer system. Hear me out real quick.
Yes, sir.
We're converting from one computer system to another. I can't get in the computer to research any this to see where this case is. I can call the detective captain to see if it's filed and all that, if it's been dismissed and all that. I can do all that.
Yes, sir.
But as far as reviewing videos and stuff, I can't do any of that because our stuff is down until the conversion is completed.
Yeah. But there's six body camera footage and there's six top.
That's all been done. Yes, that's all there. There's going to be I know that's there. Yes, I haven't reviewed myself. It's been done.
That's all I asked to do.
That man has been waiting. I know he's called for you to come up here and review it and talk with him.
Nobody wants to.
You have every. I assure you, sir. I assure you. I've talked with them and they're willing to talk with you.
Yeah.
They're willing to hear what you have to say.
I'll walk over.
You can and you can go that entire route.
Yes,
now,
sir.
I'm not going to debate the case with you here on this particular charge, whether it was dismissed or not. You know.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, if you have a problem with how they handle things, or if you think that.
Well, my main thing is my arm's broke, sir. I mean, it's still broke. It's snapped 4 times. So I don't know what a cracked elbow is, but that's what I have, sir. And I don't have any money. I don't have any insurance, and my truck, my actual work truck is down, so I'm not making any money. And I can't fix my truck because I got a broke arm. And I do my own mechanic work. I work on my own stuff because I can't afford nothing. So
I want to get you to
I understand.
I want you to be able to
but if you just
comfortable about the system. But the problem is just the day you chose is they're not here.
Yeah.
Neither one of them are here who deal with and address that are not here.
Yeah.
And so that's gonna be problem one.
Okay.
If you're wanting to file a complaint against the officer, you can do that.
I spoke to
apparently it's Captain Longwood.
Well, I spoke to him. He told me to go online. He don't want to hear nothing I got to say. I specifically said, can we just look at the body camera together? No, we can't.
You can do that with the major when he gets back. He's not going to be back till Thursday. That's the problem. He is off and he's on vacation and he's not going to be back.
Major Wade?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, I spoke with him. He said he viewed the body camera. He said I shouldn't have resisted.
Well, and that may very well be the case. I haven't reviewed the body camera, so
let me tell you what happened.
I could
tell you exactly what happened. To see.
You can if you'd like to tell me what your version you.
That ain't no version. That's exactly the way it happened. Right. Okay, whenever we're sitting in the parking lot of a parked car, and my wife's Challenger, I was sitting in the passenger seat.
Well, let me back preface it this way. You're sitting where? Are you
in an emergency parking lot? Whatever it says right here.
So why are you at the emergency room? What's going on there?
Well, a Vietnam veteran punctured his Achilles heel, his vein. He was pumping blood out at my shop. Okay. Well, he didn't want
You
to
were up
go.
there to check on him, or?
No, we was working at my shop because people were stealing Cadillac converters off my trucks and cars at my shop, and nobody's doing nothing about that either. So we filed a report, but they don't want to report anything because they can't catch him. I don't know. We tell them to sit in our parking lot. Maybe you catch them then. I don't know. So anyway, so Mr. Tom come over there because I had to move a fence because I put metal on it to keep people from jumping my fence. So it fell down. So whenever he came there, he has neuropathy. He takes blood thinners. I mean, he's an old man, 60-something years old, Vietnam veteran.
Right.
Well, he wears shorts and stuff. So we're working on the fence, and I guess it just punctured. It just nicked him. He didn't know it. And we was done, so he's walking to his truck. He said, "Hey, Eddie, I must have cut myself." And he looked down, and he took his shoe out. I mean, he took his foot out of his shoe, and it was just, his whole foot was bled, just red. I'm like, holy shit. Now I'm seeing blood just pumping out his back of his heel. He picks up his shoe and just dumps the blood out. And I'm like, I'm freaking out, which I go to protect mode. I'm a record service, but I know how to deal with stuff. So whenever I did that, I got some napkins and I put a compress on it. Got him in the truck. Right. Put a tourniquet on. I asked her to get a Home Depot bag. I had tied it around his ankle. I said, let me take you home, or let me take you to the hospital because you pumped out a lot of blood, at least a good pint, you know. No, I want to go home. So hard-headed man, he drove himself to the house, and we followed him. And it was about 40 minutes later, I finally got his ass in the truck, and we got to the hospital.
Okay. That's the one here on 16th Street?
That's the one on 16th Street. Okay, once we got to the hospital, I'm helping him inside the truck. I'm not drunk, I'm not high, not nothing. I'm in protect mode. So once I walk into the doors, I'm telling the woman and the receptionist, and he's walking in, and he's still pumping blood out, sir. I mean, all I did was tourniquet, but he wants to walk. Okay, so he's walking in while he's pumping blood. I said, ma'am, he's been bleeding out for 40 minutes. I said, he's just pumping blood. He punctured his heel or something. And the woman was more concerned about him filling out the paperwork and getting his insurance card than anything that this man was doing. So and I said, ma'am, my wife is right there. She could fill out anything. He's been pumping blood for over 40 minutes. I stated that. And the woman didn't care. Sir, we have a policy. I said, ma'am, my wife, he's a Vietnam veteran. He has insurance, ma'am. Okay, I stated that. And then all of a sudden I said, ma'am, my wife is right there. She could fill out any paperwork that you need. But he's been bleeding out. He's bleeding out right now as we speak. And it's just pumping blood. Okay, I got pictures. I got everything, brother. And I'm sitting there telling them they need, he had to literally take his signature. And you'll see where he had a slide because he couldn't reach it because I was on it, holding his leg, okay, so he wouldn't pump out blood. Well, then the people come out. After he gave him the clipboard signed, the people come out and their eyes got as big as mine. Now, I got some big eyes. And I said, yes, ma'am. He's been bleeding out for over 40 minutes. Please do. I said, do something. And they got masks on. They want COVID this and COVID that. But I had compression on his wound. I didn't want to pump out. So there was more concern about, wouldn't want to touch me because I didn't have a mask on. I'm like, get away from that COVID shit. That's way past over. So anyway, she finally asked me to move, so I moved. Okay, then they got him back there. I was calming down. I went sat down. I was calming down, because I was in protect mode. Well, then all of a sudden I remembered. They wouldn't let me back there because I'm not Kent. It was Tom Royston. You know Tom Royston? I-10 Auto Salvage. Used to run up.
I know.
Kenneth Ballard. Yeah. So it's him, Tom Royston. So all of a sudden, I remember his cell phone. His cell phone's in the truck on the charger. So we drove his truck there. So we went over there and I grabbed his cell phone. I locked her. I had her the keys, sir. I gave it to her, the keys to his truck. Okay. Ma'am, can you please give the cell phone to him so we can stay in contact? If y'all won't let me back. Yes, sir. So as soon as I couldn't see her, I called it. Hey, Tom, you all right? Yeah, brother. They put me an IV in me. Let me get this in there. I'll call you back. Okay. Well, they took his cell phone, they put it on mute and put it away from him. Okay. This is what he told me. Okay. Well, when they did that, I'm calming down. And also the blood is sitting there for at least 45 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. And had a couple come in. They see all blood. I start talking to them. I'm a talker. Then all of a sudden, she had a gash on her head, red head, and husband and wife come in there. They start talking to the woman. The woman knew her behind the counter. Oh, how you doing? I ain't seen you in a while. I mean, I remember everything's crystal clear. Okay, it's in my statement. Okay, so what do you want me to fast forward to the actual arrest, or what you want me to do?
Well, I'm just listening.
Well, I mean, this isn't my statement, but I want to fast forward to the. This is what happened. This is how it all began.
So someone called the police. I think they did.
I want to hear their voice. I want to see what they said. You understand? Because that's my right. If they're accusing me of something, I want to hear what they said I did.
From what we're understanding from Tom, they were telling him that he was drunk, and Tom was like, no, he's not drunk.
But they took the keys from her.
And then they told us to leave and took the keys.
They took the keys from her. Said Tom wants his keys.
Okay, one in his truck.
Yes.
Yeah, but he did. Because he told us he didn't. He said, why would I do that? Y'all brought me here.
And her car was at
My
car was at his house.
car was at his house.
Right.
And her
And
purse
when
was.
they took the keys, they came out, they told us to leave. I said, well, first they said, well, Mr. Tom's gonna be here a while. Y'all need to
stay.
hang around.
Yeah, y'all
And
need to
I
hang
said,
around.
well, we kinda drove him here, so we'll just wait.
Y'all all come to one car?
Yeah.
Did you follow them or did you?
No, we
we came
had
in one car.
one car.
And I said,
His
well,
truck?
Yes.
yes. And I said, we'll just wait. And she's like, well, you don't need to. He's gonna be a while. And I said, well, we kinda drove here. I said, so are you actually sitting here telling us that we have to leave? She's like, yes, as a matter of fact, and you have to leave now. I said, we're in his truck. We don't have a way. And she's like, well, you need to find a ride.
Yeah. So she took his truck keys without permission.
So we found a ride to my car, but all my belongings were in
Gun.
Tom's truck.
Everything.
The keys to my house, my purse, everything.
But luckily,
So-
I had the key to the car in my pocket because we only had one key.
We went and got my car and came back. So
You
I
found a ride, went, got your car.
Well,
Yeah.
the guy that was in the hospital, Donald Flannery. I got all witnesses, sir.
He come back.
He was
in
the
Come
hospital,
back,
yeah.
So you come back to do.
I came back to go to Tom's truck to get my purse out so we could go home.
And that's when the police arrived.
Well, no, police
No.
wasn't there yet.
Okay.
No, they weren't there yet. We were talking to Tom and he spoke,
I asked Tom, "Did you ask the nurse to get the keys from us?" He said, "No. Why would I do that, Eddie? You
So
drove
Tom
him."
was out by this time?
Yes,
He
he was walking
So
out.
he had done been treated and.
when we pulled up, he was
Did they
in
put
the
stitches
front.
in him? What they
I
had
think
to
they
do?
just
I
put
don't
a hard Band-Aid on him
Okay.
to where
So they had fixed him up and he was out when
He
you got
need-
back over there.
Yeah, when we pulled up.
he
was
needed a
in
blood
the front,
transfusion, but he
And
denied
we
it.
got out and he was walking out the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So
we put him in the truck.
so then I walked to the front of the building, and I just opened the door. I didn't step a foot in the building,
Mhm.
and I said, "You're a lying bitch, or you're a fucking lying bitch." I stated that. I didn't threaten her. I said, "Don't worry about it. I got you." Because whenever she lied and took the keys from her, stating that I was too drunk to drive, I was in the right state of mind, so I handed her the keys. That's my legal right to do that. But what is her legal right to take keys from somebody that the truck don't belong to? That's not right. That's against the law. So if she didn't give him, or he didn't have permission from her or from him, she just broke the law and stole the keys from her, not me.
There's a lot of.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so let's fast forward. That's
all.
yeah.
So so he's out at the truck. You went back and you exchanged
I
some
just-
words.
all I-
so on,
I just
and
opened the
you come
door.
back out.
No, I didn't
even
go in.
He
I mean,
just
but
opened the
you
door.
come back to your vehicle.
No,
Yeah, we were going
yeah.
to my vehicle. He
I'm
went
a
around-
recovery service. I went around the back of the building, take pictures of license plates because I want to know who's there so I can file charges of whoever I need to file charges. I'm a repo company. Say if you got a repo car or up for repo and you're driving your buddy's car. Well, I'm a find out who that is, and I just do my research.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Okay.
So anyway, then
You went back to the back of the
just
park
taking
lot, started
pictures.
taking pictures.
I never touched a vehicle of nothing. Okay, so all of a sudden I walked back towards them, and they had a whole bunch of people coming out, nurses. Your husband's.
Yeah, she started screaming at me,
Why come y'all
asking
didn't
me.
call the police right up
They
front?
did.
I said, why come y'all didn't?
They kicked us out, sir.
I mean, you
I
have
mean-
a cell phone. Why come y'all didn't call to say?
We didn't know we was.
Because this is almost like a disturbance in a way.
Yeah.
Well,
in a sense, we have some disagreements
But-
between both parties.
But
We get there, we don't know
Right.
absolutes. We
Yeah,
have to listen
I
to both
understand that.
sides and
Yeah,
make a decision based on what we're.
but that's the thing. They didn't want to listen.
Right.
Because whenever let's fast forward
When
to the police.
Police arrived.
Okay,
They pulled into the parking
Hang on,
lot.
let me-
They didn't.
Okay, didn't have the lights on.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, that would typically be something you would.
Well, I mean, if you come into a disturbance, right? You got a call. You want to have lights on. You're there. You see somebody in the parking lot. That's your person. You're your perp. I mean, I know the law, but whenever you're in a parked car, you don't know who that is. You just assume that's the person. Nobody knows who that is. But anyway, let's get.
Let just because you talk real fast.
Yes,
You
sir.
have a lot going on, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
know you're upset and all that, but I just want to kind of put some context and perspectives for you. See, when those people call, they'll say who you are, what you're wearing, what you're dressed. That's usually the information they gather. If there's a car out there, vehicle descriptions.
Nobody knows.
But that's the information our dispatchers give to the officers, so they can kind of know what they're going.
Well, they
to do.
didn't.
We don't run lights to something like that. It's not going to be a lights and siren type of call.
Right.
Just because it's not in progress.
Well, he came in hot. He was rolling.
There's no physical confrontation. Right.
Yeah, I seen him rolling hot down coming from Green Avenue to 16th Street.
Again, generally those are not a call
Right,
that we
okay.
would run hot on.
But okay, let me continue.
But that's just a departmental issue. That would be nothing that
I understand.
You know, outside of that. Now, when they get there,
okay, here we go.
They need to try to address.
Whenever he pulled behind my car, which is
and again, I haven't seen the video.
No, I'm just telling you.
I was Tom was going out the other driveway, and we were in my car.
So Tom was done leaving it.
Yeah, he was leaving.
As he was pulling in,
His daughter come got him.
Did they talk to the police? Did
No,
Tom
they
talk to the police at that?
No. And we were in our car, and I had my car started. We were leaving. And he pulled up behind me, and he knocked on my window.
Well, no, he didn't knock on you. I was just to get out of the car whenever he pulled up behind it. I actually stepped my foot on the concrete, and my wife said, "No, get back in the car," because I talk to cops all the time. I need the cops. I'm back to blue 100%. My truck is back to blue. Okay, so all of a sudden my wife said, "No, get back in the car." So I shut my door. So my window's up, and she rolled her window down because we seen him walking up. And all of a sudden he comes to the window, and I'm leaning forward because I'm a big guy. It's a small Challenger, so I'm leaning forward. I said, "Sir, come talk to me. Come talk to me." Exactly that way, kind of a little bit louder, so you can hear me. "You got an attitude?" "No, sir." "Well, I need to see your license, and I need to see your license, ma'am." And while she was giving him her license, I asked him, I said, "Sir, what crimes do you suspect me of committing?" "Well, I want to see if you got warrants. I want to do a warrant check." I said, "No, sir, that's not good enough. Have a nice day." I lean back, I'll lock my door. That's my right. We're not in a traffic stop. Know the law. Okay, we're in a parking lot. You know, what's the
Well, let me.
But if it's on
here, just so you kind of you know this part. When an officer arrives on the scene, he's been called to disturbance. You could be the suspect. You could be a witness to the deal.
Right.
So he would have an opportunity. He would need to go.
You have to give me an opportunity.
Right. He would have to have that information there. Now, I would hope that he would do a thorough investigation and gather all sides. Again, I haven't reviewed it.
Okay.
I haven't.
I'm just,
You
I mean, you may finish my.
here today, right now.
It's crazy, ain't it?
But when I arrived on the scene, I would. I might talk with you for a minute. I'm gonna go in there and talk to them and find out what they got going on and what they're saying. I'm gonna listen to what you have to say, and then I'll tell both parties what can or can't be done.
Yes, sir.
So, and that would be kind of where that's now. If there was threats made, if they wanted you to leave the property, you'd have to leave the property.
I know the law.
We would get all those things together.
I know the law.
We would move forward. Now, like on an arrest, just so, and like I said, I really do think you need to watch the video. I don't need to watch the video.
I know what it is.
I want you to be able to hear and see that, and then he can.
That's all in my
explain to you,
statement.
right. From there, where you want to go or what you need to do.
But everything I say on my statement is true and correct.
Well, and
what I said to each officer.
And I don't doubt that at all. And like I said, I could be in a room with 10 people and and each person see something a little bit different or see something a little bit more.
Well, that's the thing.
You might have saw this picture here. She may not have saw that, but she saw this thing over here or whatever. So I mean, different people retain and see different stuff.
Yeah, but my mind is crystal clear.
I'm not doubting that, and I'm sure you're confident in your perspective.
Oh, I'm definitely.
And so
I offered 20 years of my life just for this little case.
When you're dealing with a resisting arrest charge, you're whether the charge is legitimate or not, or right or not, you're really not supposed to resist. You're supposed to go
That's the thing.
They were punching you in the face, beating you on.
That's the thing, sir. You won't let me finish the statement. Okay, so after he asked me for my ID and I stated that, no, you're not getting it, have a nice day, and I locked my door. That's my right. So whenever I did that, she was trying to explain to him what was going on. He didn't want to hear shit she had to say. He asked her, "Ma'am, can you unlock the door?" My wife said, "No, I'm not. I don't feel safe."
I told him, "No, sir. I mean, I just don't feel comfortable unlocking my door."
That's what she stated. Okay.
And he reached in and unlocked my door.
Then they grabbed me. They opened my door up on the passenger side, okay, and grabbed me by my bicep. I have pictures of every day I was out of jail. Every day. I have no bruises on my wrist whatsoever. whatever he said on that lie right there, he said I grabbed him by my wrist. No, sir. There was no wrist. I got a bicep bruise that was there whichever officer snatched me out of my car. Okay. Once he snatched me out of my car, they put me up against my Challenger and pushed me all against the trunk of the car. One cop had my right arm, one cop had my left arm.
Right.
Okay. Well, the cop on the left arm snapped it. It snapped 4 times. Okay. Once he snapped it, I let out a roar. He kind of let it go just a stab. But the other cop didn't know that he broke it. He cuffed this one, and then the other officer, after I let out the roar, I told him that y'all just broke my fucking arm. I just said that. I did cuss. I mean, whenever you hear your arm pop and it hurts, yeah, you're gonna cuss. So after he released it just a smidgen, he grabbed it again, and the cop on the right cuffed the thing on the left, and it was broke. And I'm sitting there telling them that they just broke my arm. So whenever I did that, they asked me, do I have any knives and weapons? I carried 2 knives with me, sir, at all times. Sometimes 3, never know. But what I'm saying is that once they asked me that, I said, sir, yes, sir, I have a knife in my front right pocket, and I have a knife in my front left pocket. That is very specific, correct? You will hear that on that video, okay? Once I stated that, they pivot me to my right, sir, and I'm looking at my door wide open, and I see a body camera on the ground. I said, somebody dropped a body camera. They need to pick it up, and I hope to God it was on. And I just turned, I pivot again, and I turned to all the officers. I said, I hope to God all y'all got body cameras on, and I hope they're on also. I said, y'all just broke the law. Today I'm gonna teach y'all the law, and that's where it goes. So if you look at the body camera footage, that's what you're gonna see, to the T. But I got more. I got a whole statement where they denied me an ambulance ride. I don't know if they denied me a care in that facility or not, but I'll get to the bottom of it. They did. All they had to do is walk me in there with the 6 officers that they called and x-ray my arm, see if it's broke.
Once we make an arrest, we don't.
Yeah, that's the thing. But
again, you have given me about 50 things here.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm going through.
There's a protocol and procedure to everything.
So,
you're not. I'm not saying you ain't truthful, but you got to remember people come and lie all the time, and they come and lie from the scene.
View the body camera footage.
They'll do. No, I'm just trying to show you what people tell officers. They'll tell them their version, and their version may be accurate, and it may be saying. I'm not denying one way or the other accounts of anything. I wasn't there, and I haven't reviewed anything.
All I can do is look at the tape, dude.
And I've explained to you our stuff down today, and
that's what I get. I mean. I just been getting a run around, sir, and I'm tired of running.
But you feel like this is not a very.
Because I called the chief.
I've been doing this This is not a complicated thing.
I know.
I've dealt with stuff.
See, that's the thing.
Seen stuff.
I know. It's just. I know.
So
this is just a misdemeanor case.
This is not a. This is.
This
These are just some little things that I would need the computer to access.
Yeah, I mean, this is just mind blowing that once the 11th, this detective told me it was filed.
If you're wanting to file a complaint.
Well, I mean, that's what I try to do.
You can do that with
But he told me I need to go online.
Well, no, we can get someone to come down here and do that.
Oh, yes, sir.
The supervisor is.
But let me go talk to the detective. If the detective wants me to, I mean, I got my statement, but I want the other cop statements. Once I have that in my possessions, then
if the case is closed,
well, they said it's open.
Sir, yeah, you can tell me all that you want.
Yeah,
that doesn't work that way. You get very hyped up. That doesn't work that way. If the case is closed, you can have their statements because the case is closed, which means they're not filing any charges and it's over with. Or the DA's office didn't accept the case. And you can have every statement they had and everything they said.
Okay.
At that point, you can go get a copy. If you want to pay for it, you can get a copy of every video or every picture that they took.
I mean, it's Freedom of Information Act.
You'll be able to get everything that you want out of that case and make whatever decision
what I'm trying to do is I don't want to prolong it.
We don't know if it's open or closed.
Well, and I don't either because the system is legitimately down.
Yeah, they said it's over there, but
and if it goes over there, they may have reviewed it and denied it. They can either accept it or reject it or temporary reject it. One of 3 things. I was a detective captain for 4 years before I promoted into this spot. There's only 1 of 3 things they've done. Either they've accepted it, which means they're going to move forward with that case.
Yeah.
And if they do that, you'll be notified of that.
Yeah.
Or they dismissed it, saying it's not sufficient. We don't like it.
Yes,
it doesn't.
I understand.
It doesn't fit the criteria of the law. Now, the thing about resisting arrest.
Well, see, before, after I said the body camera stuff, and I asked him, I said, sir, why did you arrest me? Why am I being arrested? Okay, and I stated, why did you arrest me? He said, well, you failed ID. I said, no, sir, you asked me for my license for warrant check, specifically, to warrant check, video camera. So whenever he stated that, I said, if you would ask me for my license for a trespass warning, oh yeah, that's what no sir, I know the law. I'm very good with the law because y'all taught me the law. Because I was a criminal back then and now I'm not, and I go directly with the law because if I break the law, I'm a repo company. Y'all shut me down.
Well, I do.
And I get sued.
Right.
Okay, so check this out. I got sued back in 2012. A guy claimed I'd broken his garage and ran him over. Okay, he said I did it. Well, the lawyer that actually filed the suit, I repoed his truck twice, sir. This is my life. I just get shit on. But yeah, I repoed the lawyer's truck that filed the frivolous case. Yeah, so I had to fight my case because my insurance company threw me under the bus. So I had to go file my own paperwork. I found one attorney that would actually hear me out, and I got all my proof, all my repo orders where I repoed the lawyer's truck, where I repoed this other guy's truck, and I went to the detective. It was easy. I got served. My wife went over there at the house, and she says, Dad, somebody with a badge come looking for you. I'm calling them up. Sir, we need to talk to you. I'm over here at Wells Fargo. They met me over there. They served me my papers. I'm like reading. What the hell is this? Got sued, getting sued. I didn't know at the time that it was the attorney that I repoed his truck, but she did her homework and figured it out. But anyway, so I went to the detective the next day. I went to dispatch. I said, ma'am, who's handling this case? Looked it up. Oh, it's so-and-so. Can I speak with him? Yeah. So we went in there and we started talking. I explained just like I'm talking to you. What happened that time, 6 months prior, 7 months prior. I didn't even know I was being charged with anything, but I forgot I wrote a statement. I forgot my buddy wrote a statement. Police officer wrote a statement. The guy wrote a statement. So after I told him what happened 6 months ago, prior, and then all of a sudden he looks at my statement, looks at the buddy's statement, looks at the cop's statement, and says, well, I know this guy. He's a meth head, and he's been breaking a lot of things. I said, sir, if I've done something, I'll tell you I've done something. I admit to my mistakes, He said, well, we're not going to charge you for anything. You're not going to be charged for burger habitation. You're not going to be charged for that's Edward Gonzalez, Edward Lee, because I was sole proprietor then. If you're a sole proprietor, they're going to take your house, your life, your wife, everything. So I'm now LLC. Once you get LLC, you're protected. They can't touch you. Okay. But I wasn't then, so I had to fight and fight. But finally, I found one attorney that would just file that letter for me. That's all I needed, because my insurance threw me under the bus. They said, we're going to settle. You settle, I'm not signing shit. But anyway, yeah, this is what I'm my life. But they denied me an ambulance ride. They said I refused. I know the ambulance driver. I spoke with him because my daddy just had 4 stents put in his heart like a week ago. So I spoke with that guy too, Acadian. The police officer said I denied ambulance ride, so whoever signed that piece of paper forged my name, because I didn't sign shit, because I was cuffed and stuffed and had a broken arm, and they stuffed me in the back of a Tahoe with no seatbelt on all the way to Port Arthur.
I do think we can get to the bottom of everything you said.
Yes, sir. That's all I asked. That's it.
I know that the
Is
major,
there a reason why they would do that though?
the major who's in charge of this case, or
Well, he told me I shouldn't have resisted. Did you?
Well, but he would be right. You don't have a right to resist arrest based on anything you do.
Okay, what's my charge?
Well, that would be worked out in the sense that it would be dismissed if it wasn't. But
You can't.
You can't just resist arrest because of a bad charge, whether they
What
say,
am I being arrested
whether they
for?
say it's disorderly conduct, whether they say it's criminal trespass. I don't know.
You have to give me a charge. You can't just assume that I'm being arrested for something.
That's right.
They didn't give me nothing.
Again, once
Yeah.
you've been told you're going to be placed under arrest.
They never did. They just took me out of the car.
Again, see, you were there and lived it. I
Yes, I
haven't
understand.
reviewed it. I don't know any.
Okay.
I'm just
Well, I mean,
trying
that's my
I'm
name.
trying to tell you what.
Yeah,
what the,
I don't waste any more time.
No, you're
sir.
not wasting my time. I just don't want you to. I want you to
I'm
be
not
able to,
assuming
you have to have
anything.
you have to have the whole picture. I know he's reviewed it. I know he's waited for you to come up here and see it. And
Okay.
I think before y'all do anything, you need to see it and read it. If the case has been dismissed, that's great for you.
Right.
And that takes resolve that
Well,
issue.
that's just it.
But that's just one aspect of this entire thing that we're talking about.
Yeah, I understand,
If
but
you were denied medical stuff, if you're under arrest, your medical is done differently than
Right,
than
I
it is.
understand.
If it's not life or death,
Yeah.
then you're gonna either be accepted or rejected to the jail. The jail's going to determine. They have a jail
Right.
nurse.
Understand, officer.
So they're going to determine whether they're going to even take you or not. Did they take you that night?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they send you to the hospital?
They brought me to the hospital in Tahoe.
The jail did, or the police?
The police did. The
So they
person
didn't
wrote
want you.
the report.
And so you had to go get medical treatment where they would have either seen.
No, they.
And they would, whatever they do there is not. I'm not obviously not.
Well, they said I had a cracked elbow.
And so they will. So they put you in a cast and.
Well, they gave me a soft, like a soft cast, and told me to go see a orthopedic surgeon.
Okay.
But I mean, whenever I'm asking a cracked elbow, I'm stating to the cop, what does a cracked elbow mean?
Mm-hmm.
He looked as dumb as I did and didn't know what a cracked elbow was.
So they got you what we'll call medical treatment. What they have to do by law, they brought you over and you got some level of treatment somewhere and you were diagnosed, and in that facility
They cleared me.
They cleared you
Yes,
and brought
sir.
you, and they brought you back over to the jail.
Yeah.
That would be probably just normal protocol there, unless you're just having a heart attack or.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just
What I understand is
the
that.
question I had
Yes.
was, is that a normal thing that they would bring him to the hospital in the car instead of an ambulance?
No, yes, unless unless it's life threatening.
Okay.
Unless there's, like I said, if he's having a heart attack or, I mean.
Yeah, but
if you
denied. But
needing
I didn't
just
deny nothing.
immediate attention that would be pertinent to his life.
Yeah, I understand
Then
that.
they would call an ambulance.
Okay.
They would have brought an ambulance there to the place, because then they're assessing. Because you're right, everything is recorded. They're all going to have that on recorded, and they're going to be accountable for that all that you talked about. And so
I was denied an ambulance
he's
ride.
reviewed all that and seen all that prior to where we're at right now today. And so I
don't know why it's
I
this
don't
far.
know the
That's what I understand. I
the
talked to that Captain
particulars
Ashworth.
of it.
Yeah.
I know that you have, whether he's here or not, if you want to file a complaint or against the officers, you can do that. But you're still going to go through the same
Yeah,
process of
yeah.
reviewing and looking and all that. He's done that. I think for your sake,
I hope so.
once you review it and look at it,
'Cause
then he may be able to. There may be things he's done wrong. I don't know. I haven't seen it to tell you that, and I haven't, other than scan over what you've given me.
Yeah.
I have not read the report. I haven't read what the detective's done, what the DA's
I would
office
love
has
to.
said. So I
I
don't
would
have
love to read
any of
everything.
that information.
Yes, sir.
And again, as I explained to you earlier, you have a right to that. If it's truly been dismissed, like you're talking about, you have a right to that.
Now that's back at the court, so I don't know where it's going.
Well, and I don't either. And see, that's just
Yeah.
it. Is it over there? Is a
It was
filed
there
case?
on the 11th, 12th. It was dismissed by Detective Jinx. He called me on his wife's cell phone, and then Wednesday he wanted my statement on the 13th. I called Detective Ashworth like at 4:55 that day to speak with him, but he was gone on vacation, so I didn't come back until Monday. And I went to the courthouse first. I didn't have no case the next Monday, but I had a case the prior Monday because they wouldn't speak to me. And then Tuesday, I come here Monday, spoke to Captain Ashworth, and then
And what did he say? I mean,
he told me to talk to Captain
Longley.
Longley's, and I called him.
well, and that would, to me, that's like,
That's what I'm saying.
that is about probably filing a complaint. If you're wanting to give a statement in regards to you can. You might want to talk to an attorney before you give a statement.
That's the thing. That's the thing. I understand
if there's
that.
a criminal charge,
But I mean,
you have a right.
it's
to
just a
speak to an attorney
misdemeanor. I
before
mean,
you
it's
do
just
anything.
that's all I want to do is just look at the body camera footage, put two and two together. It's not hard, and that's what I'm getting.
I assure you, you can do that, and we'll be able to do that.
I mean, just-
there's not a problem with that. You're just on a day. He's not here. He may, and once he's here, you will sit in his office next to me over here, and you will go through that process, and you will watch the cameras of each individual officer.
I'll bring the popcorn, brother, and the transcripts, and invite you over there. Watch.
I assume we have your name. This
That's
is
me.
This is you right here.
Yes,
This
sir.
is the
I
phone
live
number
right
to
down the
get in
road
touch with you.
on Moss Avenue, sir.
Okay.
That's my address.
And I will give him that. I will let him know that you've come in. And that
I'm not
that-
anti-cop,
that you're-
sir.
that you're- and I appreciate that you are pro law enforcement. And I'm not.
I'm
again,
constitutional
I-
law.
that's-
You're not better than I am, and I'm not better than you
I
are.
believe in the Constitution. I believe in the amendments. I believe in the right to carry and all that.
But see,
I
I'm a
believe-
convicted felon. I can't carry.
Well,
You know.
like you said, the past is a past.
Is a
That's
past.
in the past.
Yeah, that's
And
what I'm saying.
nothing
But
of
that's
the
what they're
past
trying to use as
should
my
be
past.
holding against you today. The past can only be
I-
used if you
I
were
haven't
found
been
guilty and they were
step
going
foot
to
in
try to
over
set
20 years, sir.
set
This is my
something
name.
about
That's
that.
what I'm saying. I built my name who
Right.
I am today
Right.
because of who I was
Right.
back then. Because my daddy's the same name.
The
That's
past is,
it's a past.
right.
But
That should
I mean,
have no bearing
for
on
this
it.
crap that he wrote on this statement,
Mhm.
that's crap. Okay. I mean, that's two officers sitting there. What I want the other 4 officers that was there also, I want their statement so they can either correlate with he said or correlate what I said.
Right.
Because I'm over there saying I just got baptized.
Well, that is, again, that is
I told him I got baptized, sir, on the 12th of June.
There's,
That's,
there is, when you talk about that,
yes, sir.
that's what that man would do over here that we're talking about.
Yes, sir.
There's 2 types of investigation we're talking about here. There's a criminal investigation, which is one where you were arrested or alleged to resist arrest.
Wrongfully arrested.
And so you have that business that's going on. And
Yes,
that's a criminal matter that's dealt with in a particular way and it had particular guidelines, and we go through the DA's office. And then there's a complaint mechanism because you don't like the protocol or what they did or may have did wrong or right. I don't know.
All I want is the
haven't seen
video
it.
camera. That's it.
Right. If there's, again, and there's 1 or 2 ways. You can see it, come down here and file a complaint. You can come see it without filing a complaint. He'll let you see it and see what you're looking at, what's going on.
I know exactly what's going on.
I know that's because he's talked to me enough to tell me that's what he wanted to do, is to let you see everything and kind of explain out how things work.
Okay.
And
they
if you're
got
not
my number.
satisfied with that,
I-
you can file a formal written complaint, and an investigation is done on the
Well,
on the individual who took you out of the car and all that.
That's
And
what I wanna
they'll-
know.
And they'll get all those statements.
I want to know
and all
who
that.
broke
They'll
my
take a
arm. I
look.
want to know the other cop that brought me there. They stated to him that I had a cracked elbow, but in his police report says there's no fractures. I got my ligaments torn off my bone, sir. I don't know if that is fracture or not, but it's pretty much. I mean, I got like 3 or 4 of them. They popped they just popped several times. And when they popped it, and I let out that roar, they let it go. But I never resisted.
Well, he'll get a statement from you.
Well, he don't need he don't need my statement. I need their
Right.
statements.
Well, if you're going to file a complaint on the officers,
Right.
then you're going to have to follow.
Well, I mean,
those guys.
you heard what I said.
It's just like you were saying. You want to see? They would have a right to see what you're saying. They
I
said
mean,
they
you-
did. I get there's a video. and that's
Everything,
all.
yeah, everything is recorded in here. So everything I say is true and correct.
Well, there's what you're recording. I'm not recording.
Okay, I don't. I mean,
Right. Yeah,
that would be protecting your
Right.
your
Well,
thing.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, but
know
I mean that's the way the
right,
constitutional law
I
is.
know that.
You know
I'm not going to tell you anything that's not true. A,
Right,
and
I'm not
B,
either.
I'm not familiar with your case.
I'm not
I just can't give you the
Yeah.
information you're wanting.
I'm not going
I
to say
didn't see
anything
it or
that's
read it.
untrue.
And it's he will be back Thursday. I would suggest
Can
you
I-
wait till Thursday.
Can I make an appointment Thursday now?
You can.
Okay, so let's go ahead and knock that out.
Well, let me put it this way. Let me do it this way.
Yeah, because I mean, do you want me to call and record it, or you know, I mean, I'm just trying to do everything by the law, sir. I'm
Okay.
not
Let me.
against the law.
I'll just. I know he's going to be back. I'll check and make sure. Hey, Mel. I'll get you set down. He'll have to call you to tell you the time.
That's fine.
'cause
Call me
I'm
anytime.
looking at his schedule.
Just don't call me
Like I have in mind.
on Jinx White's cell phone.
I said I hear you on that. That's something you can bring up to him.
Yeah.
We do have phones. They have department
Yeah, but you're not going
phones.
to call me on White's cell phone, brother.
They don't record
Yeah.
necessarily down there in our detective phone lines. We record in our offices down there when we're interviewing and doing complaints and statements and stuff like that. They do that. But as far as they're just gonna note